Honestly, like,
Yeah.
I mean, now's the time.
No,
Now's the
definitely
time.
But
Because
since it's happened, I've just been talking about it, thinking about it. It's all mad.
It's just sad.
I've had
Only
enough.
because, like I was saying to you, who was I speaking to? I think it was Jermaine. Like, in terms of like poor people outside of London voting for Conservative, it's nuts because you're just still going to be in shit. But it's like you only did it because of immigrants and the whole Brexit thing was more of a priority than your own welfare and well-being or the future of your kids. Like, I think, was it Isle of Sheppey or something like that? I didn't even know it existed, but I found out that it's a place like just far. It's just somewhere else, yeah. And they're basically in poverty in terms of the entire place is in poverty. They have like one school and like so many like other buildings have closed down and education's gone down and funding and everything. And Conservatives still won at the end of that because of Brexit.
It was the same in Black.
Because they believed that with Brexit, then the money will go back into their businesses and stuff like that. And it's like, it's funny, but really and truly, it's actually very upsetting because, like, you're not even like, you know what I mean? You're not even thinking.
You're not thinking long term.
You're not thinking long term, but you're not thinking what's best for the country, if anything. Like, if a man is offering you free education, free internet, all these things, yeah. Even I was like, oh, free internet doesn't really apply to me, but you lot clearly said that. What about for someone who needs it?
Yeah.
And it's like, I would rather free education and like, I'm suffering, but then my kids or the future have education in terms of, so they're smart enough to get things rolling. Whereas now it's more like, okay, so the people that voted now are dumb.
Yeah.
The future will also be dumb because education's finished and our NHS will be finished as well. So it's nuts.
But
and it's dumb because London as well. We got it together. Like most of London, well done to you, voted for Labour. And I think what you was telling us in the group chat in terms of like, it's mad because we will see it all on our timelines and everything. And you'll be thinking, yeah, like we got this, but literally it's just the city.
Yeah, it's an echo chamber, bro.
It's mad.
Yeah.
And not just that, it's also people who are similar to you.
Exactly.
So
it's mad. But I don't know, man. Credit to you if you voted. There were a lot of like first-time voters as well. Surprisingly, some of you are older than me. I thought you'd do better in life, but hey, you voted, so I appreciate it. But I think it's one of those things where
it's true though.
Listen, I was disappointed with some people because it was like first time. I was like, wow. But like
3 elections since you've been able to.
That's what I'm saying. But at the same time, I think it's a thing where we shouldn't just now forget about politics and just move back. It should be a constant thing. So.
I feel sorry for people working public services.
Yeah, that too.
I feel so sorry for them. They're already overworked. It's about to get even more overworked. I know that demon Boris Johnson said they're going to be adding more nurses to the NHS, but that was only because they cut a big chunk in the last election.
Do you know how funny that is?
So is that we're just going to rectify the problem which we made?
Do you know how funny that is? Imagine saying, alright, cool, yeah, I'm going to cut 60,000 nurses, and then everyone's going to complain that we have no nurses. And then in our new manifesto, I'm going to be like, we're going to add 20,000 more nurses because we've listened to you and realized that all the nurses are overworked and we need more help. And everyone's like, yeah.
This is smart.
Yeah. But you're the one who did it.
You're the one who did it.
But you know, but do you know what it is? It's like, I feel like a lot of people and those who voted Conservative as well, I feel like a lot of them are misinformed, not necessarily uninformed. Because I feel like, because uninformed is like you don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Misinformed is like, hey, like what you just said, where it's like, hey, we're gonna give you some more nurses, but we cut them. Like,
we made that mistake.
Because I saw one guy on BBC.
I know you're about to talk.
Yeah, and they ask him, they're like, oh, so why did you vote for Conservative? And this guy's like, no, they're like, what do you hope is gonna happen, or what do you hope that they're gonna do? And he's like, I just hope that they're a solid party type of thing. And I was just like, you just don't know. Like, that man just sold you whatever lies,
and you went for it,
and you just literally went for it. Still,
was this the guy whose wife died because there was a lack of nurses in the NHS?
Yeah. And it's like
brother.
But do you know what it is as well? I feel like, do people vote for the good of the country, or do they vote for themselves?
Themselves.
Most people vote for themselves.
And that's the problem.
And that's the problem. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because like, I think as a party, especially how Labour, because it was very torn at the moment.
Yeah.
I think they didn't do very well to talk to like the person. They were just like, the country needs this, da da da.
Mhm.
Whereas I think the Tories just went in straight to Brexit,
What
which
people want.
do you see what I'm saying? Right
Yeah.
now, that's like a very fragile
what people
thing.
wanna
So
hear,
people
yeah.
are just like, yeah, Brexit,
And
cool.
Do you know what that is? Yeah. They know 50% of the country don't want Brexit or don't know about Brexit, but there's 50% who want Brexit.
Yeah,
And that 50% might only be like 30% of people going to vote Conservatives. So that could be the rest of the 20% is made up from everywhere else. So we're
Facts.
going to get 20% extra votes plus
Yeah.
the ones we already had. Even if they want to stay, they're going to come over.
yes, Pete, man.
Yeah, we're
Listen,
done.
it was a
Aaron's really stressing, you know.
tactical masterclass.
No, but I feel like it's also because especially for our generation, I feel like this is like one of the first votes that really directly impacts us like right now and also our future. I feel like the last votes has been more about what's gonna come, but I feel like this one is like, oh shit, like,
This is the L.
It's the Brexit.
Brexit's tomorrow, that affects me. Like, you know, the ones there, and then after there's more stuff that's gonna come afterwards. So,
It's set, you know, no one can challenge him. Anything he puts forward, he can say, "Oh, niggas gotta get out." Who says aye? Aye. Well, the one by one, all you blacks out.
Yeah, this is why I speak, because with Cameron and May, obviously didn't have a majority, so there was some
There was some clashes.
some resistance. This nigga won by a landslide. Like,
yeah, that's
Anything
wild.
he
he
wants.
can do whatever he wants.
That's
with
the
no
scary part.
resistance.
That is the scary part. Even if everyone in the opposition voted against him, it
It
doesn't matter.
Like,
It
no
doesn't
hung
matter.
parliament, no this, no that.
And even if there was people against him in his own party, it's not enough.
Well,
Well,
But like I was saying like yesterday, even in the group chat, man, like for I think especially for black people, but obviously minorities, like
yeah,
we'll survive.
we've like we've known how to do is survive.
Yeah.
a whole like
Nah, facts.
almost our whole existence, apart from like our ancestors and stuff like that. So it's like we'll find a way, but
Yeah.
it's just that for a lot of people, it is actually gonna get like
Mad.
but I'm tired of just surviving. You know, I want to live. I
Yeah,
want
but
to
you
live.
know what?
I just don't want to lose
You
hope.
see, the whole time you guys have been speaking, I was just thinking to myself, yeah, okay, this is just a hurdle.
yeah.
Like, we're always gonna have
Yeah.
something stopping us. We're not
My
not English.
It's
We're
true.
not
It's true.
English.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, my thing was, yeah, we actually had the leader who was like, nah, like, let's care about the ethnic minorities and everyone who isn't like a white rich person. The first time I've ever seen it, and probably the last time we'll see it in this country.
Yeah, I think someone said this is the first time where it wasn't someone who wanted to be prime minister because of like points for himself or like for
It was actually for the
benefit,
people.
put on his CV. It's literally for the good of the country, and the country said, "Fuck off, mate."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I was
Yeah.
saying to Ibby, like, me and Ibby down to Tony Blair a lot because he's a war criminal, but we need Tony Blair. We need
We need
someone.
a person.
I'm not
who's
gonna
like
lie.
Tony
When Tony
Blair.
Blair was in power, it was good times back in the day.
I think it's
you know?
because also like we remember a lot of the
Positives.
The I would even say like, you know, like the stuff that we got to do because of funding
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
came from that time.
Yeah.
And obviously
Shout out to
that's
EMA.
directly affected who we've become now.
Yeah.
So obviously now seeing that that's not gonna happen like for the generations that will come before
Yeah.
us as well. It hurts as well a little bit.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
All I gotta say is, all you man up north, I hope you watch Game of Thrones because London is King's Landon, and you saw what happened.
Yeah, man said
Before-
winter's coming, you know.
And you ain't got no dragons.
Winterfell, for real.
Bruh,
It's peak.
people
Bun
gonna
up
say-
Winterfell. Boris is gonna bun up Winterfell. You got no dragons, so he's gonna close the gates on you guys. So.
scary hours, man.
It's actually scary hours.